Good day everyone, I am Archie Ruiz, a second year college student at Lake University, taking up Bachelor of Physical Education. For today's video, I am going to present to you my teaching demonstration as a requirement of my course, Facilitating Learner-Centered Teaching. Good morning, class. Good morning, class. How are you today? How are you feeling right now? Are you happy? Are you excited? Are you in love? Oh, are you in love? Very good. Let's spread love every day. Okay, so to start our session for today, let us all stand up for a prayer. Mr. Ruiz, could you lead us to prayer? Thank you, Mr. Ruiz. Everybody be sitting down. Once again, good morning, grade 11, General Academic Strand. Let us check your attendance now. So, as always, I will call your PA numbers, but this time there's something new. When your number is safe, you will say power if your number is full. So, are we clear, class? Okay, let's start. Very good, class. There are no absentees for today. Just keep it up, guys. Alright, class. Do we have an assignment for today? Do we have? Are you sure? There are no assignment for today? Okay, so there are no assignment for today. And now, class, since this is our PE time, I hope everyone are wearing PE attires. Let me see if all students are not wearing. Oh, I still see students who are not yet wearing. But for those students who are not wearing PE attires, I will give you 5 minutes to change your clothes, and your 5 minutes starts now. And for those students who are already wearing PE attires, this is also your time to cater your necessities, tie your hair, tie your shoes, maybe your laces are out. Also, put on your bag those belongings that are not related to this subject. Thank you. Please be seated, sit properly, and prepare yourself for listening. And your 5 minutes is over. So, I hope everybody are now ready for today's discussion. Are you ready, class? Okay, very good. Here in the screen, I have here pictures of different kinds of sports, and you're going to determine whether it is a team sport or individual or dual sport. So this game is called Guess the Sport. So this game is already easy for you because we have tackled this topic at our last meeting. Okay, so let's start. First picture. Class, what is your guess on this sport? Are you sure it is an individual and dual sport? Are you sure? Okay, let's see. And yes, you're correct. Thank you, very good. Second picture. What is this sport? Volleyball. And volleyball is what kind of sport? Are you sure? Are you sure it's a team sport? Okay, let's see. And yes, very good. You're correct. Picture number 3. Are you sure it is a team sport? There are only 4 players in the screen, in the picture. I mean 5. Okay, let's see. And yes, it's a team sport. It's just captain, So, last picture. What do you think is the category of this sport? Are you sure it is a dual sport, individual dual sport? Are you sure? Okay, let's see. And yes, your answer is correct. Thank you, guys. Very good. Excellent. So now, guys, since you have perfected our game, so what is the meaning of team sport? Anyone from the class? Anyone? And yes, Miss Rivera, what is your answer? Okay, thank you, very good. Yes, you're correct. Team sports are an activity in which group of individuals are playing on the same team, working together, having teamwork in order to accomplish an ultimate goal, which is winning. Thank you, Ms. Rivera. And how about what is the meaning of individual and dual sport? Anyone? Yes, Mr. Cruz. Okay, thank you, very good. Yes, individual and dual sport is a sport that consists of one or two athletes and they work hard, they work together for themselves. Okay, thank you, very good. Okay, very good class. It seems that this shows that you have learned a lot on our last topic. So much for that class. Let us now move on to our new topic. And to give you a hint, we're going to play 4 picks 1 word. 4 picks 1 word with a twist. The twist here is that the answer is already presented on the screen, but it is in jumbled form. Okay, are you ready, guys? Okay, let's start. First set of pictures. What do you think is the answer of first picture? Oh, it seems there are no interested to answer the picture number 1. Okay, so I will just now call the numbers. And once your number is called, just try your best to answer the puzzle, to decode the puzzle. Because this is a learning zone, meaning mistakes are expected, respected, and corrected. So don't hesitate to state your answer, to state your opinion. Okay, guys? Okay, class, are we clear? Okay, very good. So let's have P number 20. Where's P number 20? Okay. What do you think is the answer of this puzzle number 1? Okay, thank you. Very good. Your answer is half correct because the first word is already correct, but the second word is wrong. Another try, but nice try, number 20. Another try. One? Yes, number 5. Okay, very good, thank you. Let's see if your answer is correct. And yes, it is James Lyson. Thank you, number 5. So, another set of pictures. Oh, that was a quick one. Let's see if your answer is correct, number 1. And yes, it's basketball. Thank you. Very good. Another set of pictures. Are you sure, number 10? It is dribbling and passing. Are you sure? Okay, let's see if your answer is correct. And yes, it's dribbling and passing. Good job, class. And now, guys, I guess you already know our topic for today. And yes, it is what, class? It is, yes, it is basketball. Our topic for today is all about basketball, a kind of team sport. And our learning outcome for today is, at the end of the lesson, grade 11 students are expected to achieve the following with 85% rather, accuracy. So letter A, reflect this during basketball. Letter B, distinguish the different positions in basketball. And letter C, demonstrate the different skills in basketball, particularly the dribbling and passing skills. And here are the definition of terms. Here are a list of words or terms that may be unfamiliar on your side. So we're going to familiarize it because we're going to encounter these words as we go along in our discussion. So first is dribble. To advance the ball by bouncing it on the floor. Passing. The deliberate attempt to move a live ball between two teammates. Rebounding. The act of gaining control of a missed shot that comes off the backboard or rim. Offensive team, the team holding the ball, and the opposite is a defensive team. Warm-up, prepare for physical exertion or a a performance by exercising or practicing gently beforehand. So this is the definition of terms. And now class, let's now talk about basketball. So basketball is one of the most popular sports in the world. It is played with a ball and a hoop. Players score points by shooting the ball through the hoop. So if we can observe, basketball is one of the most famous sports in the world. We can find basketball anywhere in the world. Also in any social media platforms, in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, we can find basketball there. Videos, posts, and news. It just shows that basketball really is one of the most famous and the most played sports in the world. Especially here in our country. Anywhere in barangay, towns, anywhere in the streets, we can say Filipinos holding a ball, dribbling it on, and also playing basketball in the court. In your barangay, Mr. Cruz, do you have a basketball court? Or in your town? Yes, you have. Mr. Ramirez, yes, you have, because here in our country, almost all towns, we have basketball court. We have basketball courts. Because we the Filipinos really love basketball. And do you wonder, guys, why basketball is this famous like it is now today? Do you wonder how basketball was created? Do you wonder how basketball was founded? Who is the founder or the proponent of basketball? What time and when? I mean, what time and where basketball was created? So we're going to answer those questions about history of basketball. So basketball was founded in 1891 through Dr. James Naismith, a Canadian of Scottish descent, instructor and at the same time graduate student at Springfield College, Massachusetts. The first game was played with a soccer ball and 2 pitch baskets for goals. So class, the basketball was invented in the year 1891. So a little background of this century or year. 1800s is the century wherein there are so many innovations, there are so many creations or inventions that has happened. Because this century, there are also so many inventors, big brains and intelligent personalities that has been born in this era. So one of them is just like Albert Einstein, also Jose Rizal, and one of them, of course, Dr. James Naismith. He is a Canadian of Scottish descent, an instructor, and also at the same time a graduate student at Springfield College, Massachusetts. So, you know what, class? The story behind of basketball is that it was a winter in Massachusetts, and Dr. James Naismith, he is an instructor and at the same time a graduate student. So as his thesis as a graduate student, he was tasked to invent or to create a new sport, an indoor sport. So while he is in his office, while he is looking in his window, he sees his students playing a soccer ball, and then he imagined that what if they throw that soccer ball into a pitch basket, and here the beginning of basketball. At first, they play basketball with a soccer ball and 2 pitch baskets, and then they had to use a ladder just to get back the ball. But then, as the basketball was played on, they also invent a basket that has a hole on it, in order that the ball will just go through it. So I'm going to show a picture wherein it shows Dr. James Naismith, a soccer ball and 2 pitch baskets. So as you can see in the picture, this person is Dr. James Naismith, and the one that is holding is the soccer ball, and on his side is the 2 pitch baskets. So those are the first equipments in basketball, in this study basketball. And around 1898 to 1900s, Americans Young Men's Christian Association, or the YMCA, introduced the newly invented sports of basketball in the Philippines. So just 7 years to 9 years after the basketball was created, it already reached our country. So it's because in these years, also this year, 1890 to 1900s, this was the time when the Americans colonized our country, the Philippines. So it was the main reason why the sport basketball has reached our country at a young age of 7 years to 9 years. So let's now talk about the basic positions in basketball and its roles. So first position is point guard. The point guard runs the offense and usually is the team's best dribbler and passer. The point guard defends the opponent's point guard and tries to steal the ball. So as you can see in the picture, he is John Stockton. He's one of the greatest point guard in the history of basketball. He can play the offense and at the same time the defense. He's also point guard. The task of the point guard, he must be a very good passer and also a dribbler. So if you want to see the highlights of John Stockton, just search him on the internet. And the second position is shooting guard. The shooting guard is usually the team's best shooter. The shooting guard can make shots from long distance and also a good dribbler. So as you can see in the picture, the greatest example of shooting guard is Kobe Bryant. If you know Kobe Bryant, he is one of the best shooter in the history of NBA. His record is 80 points in a game. So he is really a shooter. Also he is a good dribbler and also a dunker. Next position is small forward. The small forward plays against small and large players. They roam all over the court. Small forwards can score from long shots and close ones. For me, small forward is one of the hardest position in basketball because small forward is a combination of a guard and a forward. Small forwards are tall, but at the same time they are mobile. They are athletic and agile. Meaning, even they are tall, they also can run fast. They can shoot at a far distance and also in the close ones. So the best example here is LeBron James. He is one of the greatest of all time in the history of basketball. He can make shots in the three-point line. Also, he can dunk in front of you. He can posterize you. So to learn more about LeBron James being a small forward, just search him on the internet. Another position is small forward. Power forward. The power forward does many of the things a center does. Playing near the basket while rebounding and defending taller players. But power forwards also take longer shots than centers. So power forward, they are the one that sit screen. If you are watching basketball, they are the one that sit screen. I will show how to sit screen, just like this. So there's a point guard and there's an opponent, and you will just sit screen. So that is one of the basic roles of power forward. Also, they can make rebounds. Also, but even though they are tall, they are more mobile than the centers. They are more faster and they can shoot better than the centers. And last position is center. The center is the tallest player on each team, playing near the basket. On offense, the center tries to score on close shots and rebound. But on defense, the center tries to block opponents' shots and rebound their misses. So center, they're the one that is the tallest player in the team. They are positioned near the basket. So their role is to block. Their roles in defense is to block the opponent's shots and rebound their misses. In offense, their role is to push up their opponents and tries to score at a high percentage shot near the basket. So the best example in the center position is Shaquille O'Neal. If you know Shaquille O'Neal, he is a big player and also one of the tallest. He can break the rings, also the boards. Shaquille O'Neal is a rare player because he is only a few players that can break the ring or the backboard. If you have time, just search Shaquille O'Neal breaking the ring. You will see how Shaquille O'Neal is. You can consider how strong Shaquille O'Neal is. So that's it. So this is the basic positions in basketball under positions in the court. So basically, point guard here is in the top of the court. So assume this is a 3-point line. Shooting guard there, power forward, small forward, power forward, and of course, near the basket is the center or the post. Next is the basic skills in basketball. So there are six basic skills in basketball, but there are so many skills in basketball, but this list of skills are the most basic and fundamentals. In order to learn the complex skills, you have first to master and learn these kinds of skills. So first is dribbling, second is shooting, passing, jumping, running, and defending. So let's talk about dribbling. Dribbling is an important skill for all basketball players. This skill will allow you to move up and down the court, maneuver past defenders, and execute plays. So dribbling is one of the most powerful skill in basketball because through dribbling you can score your opponent. So I'm going to show a video where it is shown there how powerful dribbling is through Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is one of the best dribbler in the NBA. So let's see.
For 12 to start for the Warriors. Irving, shake and bake, and throws it. Iguodala, backdoor.
We probably could use like a athletic, long, 2-3, 3-2 type of guy with the opportunities.
So that's how powerful dribbling is. Through dribbling you can score your opponent. So for more highlights, just search Kyrie Irving highlights. Next skill is shooting. So in order to score, of course, you have to learn shooting skill. You need to shoot the ball into the hoop. This requires the ability to properly hold and throw the ball into the air toward the basket while avoiding the defenders. So shooting is one of the most important, of course, because in order to score, you must learn how to shoot. So I'm going to play a video wherein you're going to see how shooting skill is very important as a player. So the featured player here in this video is Stephen Curry. So Stephen Curry is one of the greatest shooters in history of NBA. He can shoot anywhere in the court. Yes, literally anywhere. So watch this. So as you can see, Stephen Curry really knows how to shoot anywhere in the court, on the side, in the center, near the basket, because it is through learning the shooting skill. So that's how it's important. Next skill is passing. So passing is another skill that when mastered can help you become a complete basketball player. Basketball is a team sport that involves finding a teammate who is open for a shot. So passing is another skill that when mastered can help you to become a complete basketball player. Being a basketball player, you just not have to learn how to score or how to learn offense, but also how to pass, because basketball players are more effective and the more you are become a complete player in knowing, in learning how to pass. And also, your teammates will like you, everyone will like you if you know how to pass. Because if you do not know how to pass, well, expect that you will not have many friends. So, I'm going to show the importance of passing and how it is created through Steve Nash.
Andrew Barbosa brings it back. Oh, next to Tim Thomas. Wow! Just one from Steve Nash. Billy down. Nash takes it off the door. The stop. Pass from Steve Nash. Steve Nash can turn nothing into something. Nash goes down. Wheels in the corner. Hit on the three. You talk about a great assist. What an amazing assist over his left shoulder. That drains the second three in a row.
So that is how important passing skill. You can locate your open teammate for a basket. So that was Steve Nash, one of the greatest passers in the history of NBA, the National Basketball Association. He is a very creative passer. Next is jumping. Jumping is another skill that can define how good a basketball player is. Jumping is involved in both offense and defense, especially in rebounding. In offense, when taking shots and sometimes while trying to catch a pass, and on defense, when trying to block a shot or pass. So jumping skills really a basketball player must learn, because jumping, it involves many movements like rebounding or catching a pass, taking shots, because there are shots like jump shots, fadeaway shots. It involves jumping, and if you have a very good jumping skills, you can easily score through dunking your opponent in their face, in their front. It is called posterized dunk. So I'm going to show how jumping skills is being used by basketball players.
His chin is where the rim is. That is unbelievable.
Now, for you folks, Gerald Green is 6'8". Down low against Ray Allen, turns and jump hook one. Go James, that's flying in and throws it down. He's got 27 first half points. Rondo looking for the opening again. And gets the backer to go. He's got 19 first half points. He's doing a good job as Wade goes under the screen. Finishes it up. Gerald's weak. And Gerald is
So that's how important and effective jumping skill is. Another skill is running. Running is a big part of basketball. When you have the ball, running will help you to avoid defenders and get to basket quicker. On defense, you often find yourself needing to run after the opponent, especially during fast break. So running is very important also as being a basketball player. In order to become an effective and strong basketball player, you also need to improve your running skills. So I'm going to show a video where running is very important. You consider how running is effective and being used by NBA players. So, here it is.
The sole shot is no good. Good pressure by John Wall. Putting out court. Nobody can stop it. Game tied at 14. And no good. Rebound Wall.
Back, puts up and in. Circus move, spectacular fashion by the rookie.
I think Jack did a great job attacking the rim.
Wall. He's got it. It's hard more to beat. Score the field goal. This box. There's Ruiz all the way. Ruiz putting the street up.
They've got to pick up the pace.
So you can see in the video how the NBA players use their quickness as an advantage and in order to elude or pass the defenders. So that's how running is very important in basketball. Defense. Defense is an integral part of basketball player. You just not have to learn how to score, but also how to play defense. This skill refers to preventing your opponent to score. It requires quickness, footwork, and a deep understanding of the fundamentals. Defense is an integral part in basketball. In order to become a strong player, a complete package player, you also need to play defense. You have to learn to play defense. As the coaches says, you can say, best coaches saying that in order to win, you have to learn offense. But in order to win a championship, you need to learn defense. So they just want to say that defense is important as offense. So they must be partnered. In order to have a very good team, a team must not only learn how to offense, but also how to defend their opponent and preventing how to score. And now class, I will show you how Kawhi Leonard play defense. So Kawhi Leonard is one of the best defender in the NBA history. So his moniker is the Claw because his fingers, his what do you call this? His palm is very large, so that's why he called the Claw. And also his arm is length, so that is his advantage in playing defense. So watch this class.
Into his shot. His mechanics are excellent. Great, oh my goodness, what a play. Diamond stop by Leonard. Overplay. Oh my goodness, what a tremendous play. Did not give up on the play. Chases him off the line. First lead since it was 63-61. Here's Walker. Denied by Kawhi. The Claw. For his help defender. Look at this. Saying, get that garbage out of here. Right-handed shooter.
Go to the NBA app or go to NBA.com. Time to fire. Here's Ellis. With Craig Malone in for the first time. Oh, it's protected. And here comes Kawhi.
Wilson with the rebound. Spurs up by one. And a turnover. Leonard. Comes in.
So class, that's how important is defense, and that's its impact in the game. So look at this class. Earlier, the black team are the leading team, and then because of the defense of Kawhi Leonard, they are now the lead, and it's just 15 seconds left. So that's how important defense is. So those are the basic skills in basketball that you need to learn to become a great basketball player like me, Joe, like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and other basketball personalities.